Good morning and happy Friday. Looks to be another great day. In fact, if my Google weather app is accurate, it looks like we're going to have a string of good days, nice days, sunshine. Hope that is encouraging to you. We have plenty of challenges, but we also have blessings, and we want to focus on them, especially when it's as easy as being happy for weather in Chicago. So we come to a new section now. We finished up anxiety, and Philippians 4 moves from one rich topic into the next. Now it's thinking. I want us to spend a few days thinking about thinking. This is launched by Philippians 4, verse 8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So it turns out that what we think about, how well we think, this profoundly shapes us. And we're learning more and more about how we think since MRI imaging and other things. And it turns out the Bible is filled with wisdom. Now, Americans in general, and perhaps tragically Christians in particular, are not known as great thinkers. There was a time when they were, especially back with the Puritans, who have a bad and undeserved reputation. They were joyful people, and they were wicked smart. Their pastors were scholars, and they were well able to outthink the culture and others. But we sort of have lost patience with the page. Americans now are more pragmatic. We're more interested in information than in wisdom. Some even push back at the idea that we should be focused on the life of the mind. I hear things occasionally about, look, we're saved by faith. We're saved by grace through faith. It's not what we think. There's no content exam to get into heaven, which you're very glad about, no doubt. Jesus celebrated the faith of little children. In 1 Corinthians, Paul talks about the fact that knowledge puffs up. He chose, Acts 4 says Jesus chose uneducated men to follow him. We shouldn't be so enamored by the life of the mind. Okay, well, look, given a choice between someone who has a big head but a small heart, or someone who has a small mind and a big heart, we would choose the big heart every time. When I spent 13 years as the executive director of a group called Scholar Leaders International, and we were trying to help people get PhDs in theological disciplines. So I ran up against this all the time. People saying, look, I'm not interested in people who are, brainiacs, whatever. And I wanted to say, yeah, okay, got it. But look, we're always going to choose a big heart over a big mind. But that's a false dichotomy. Why not have a big heart and a big mind? And yes, we're saved by grace through faith, not what we know. But we're told to study, to present ourselves as workmen approved unto God, who understand and rightly handle the Word of God. Jesus celebrated the faith of little children, but in 1 Corinthians we're told not to be childish in our thinking. Jesus chose uneducated men, but they didn't stay uneducated. They grew. We see this perhaps most profoundly in Peter. The writing that Peter does is so polished and so refined and so great that a lot of liberal people say, well, he clearly did not write the letters of 1 Peter, the letters of 1st and 2nd Peter, because it's too good. The Greek is too good and too educated. Couldn't come from a fisherman. Well, that's because he didn't stay a fisherman. He grew. And yes, knowledge puffs up, but the solution to that is not ignorance. It's humility. So look, we are called. I'm going to make a number of points about thinking. I want to start here. Luke 10, Matthew 22. We are called to love God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. We need to think well about thinking because we need to think well about God. We'll pick this up next week. Have a great weekend.